Hello everybody, it is Badger Wild and we are back with another Space Engineers ship review video, and this time we are reviewing a ship from the Sojourn. I didn't know this ship was on here until I saw Captain Jack review it, and I thought, oh yes, I want to review this because I've seen this ship for a very long time and I've been wanting to see someone build it who can do things with, who is more daring with the angles and playing with the hinges on something than I am. So anyway, without further ado, let's go. Oh, before I get done, to let everyone know, if you are interested in this ship, in every one of my videos, I leave a link to this, to whatever I am reviewing in the description. It usually says get this ship here. So be sure to go into the description if you guys want to look at this. Because someone asked me the other day, I've had, actually no, several people have asked me, where's this ship at? Can you send me a link to it? And I'm like, there's a link in the description. So just in case y'all don't know, there's a link in the description. Go check it out. But anyway, to check this out right here, we're going to be looking at, I believe it's called the Tripathia Class Third Ship of the line, the Sojourn vanilla build, meaning this can be built in vanilla, but it is very, very PC intensive, and it's going to require a lot of subgrids. So for those of you that don't know, I've reviewed ships that have subgridding on them. This is one of them. So remember that if you're going to do this, you're going to have to piece each subgrid together and then apply it to the ship. You're gonna have to line everything up and then get it in the right place and all that. It's just something y'all gotta worry about. But this is the Centrum Assembly's Tripathia Class Third Ship of the line, brought to life in Space Engineers. Built to look the part and be true to its origin but still be entirely functional. 12 custom dual coil railgun turrets, 8 custom fixed dual directional guns, full interior, as well as a through deck hangar. Now, something I will warn people about this ship, there are some things. If you are fans of the Sojourn, because of scaling issues in Space Engineers, there's a lot of things that are not to scale. So if you know about the Tripathia, you're a real good fan of it, and there's one spot I'm going to show this at. Not everything is to spec, but that is because of the scaling issue with Space Engineers. This is actually supposed to be a much, much, much bigger ship. I would probably say this ship is probably 1/3 to 1/4 the size of the actual Tripathia is what we're dealing with. But because there is a PC problem in some people's consoles, this might be a ship you could run individually. It would just have to do everything for you. Like I said, performance warming over 120,000 PCU as a result of such a large ship using massive amount of small grid blocks. Lower graphics settings can help a bit, but it's mostly a strain on the CPU, not GPU. For context, my outgraded lower mid-range PC runs it just fine at about 60 frames per second with no crashes. My PC is running it great right now. It's not even having problems. This here, beware of Clang. She's a heavy and a bit slow, but it gives her lore accurate feel and speed of maneuvering. So it does work. It also says don't press the button. We're not going to press any buttons. We are going to give it a like though. Uses all the DLCs. I'm just going to run through them real quick. Requires automation, signal, Warfare 2, Sparks of the Future, Decorative Blocks DLC, Heavy Industry, Decorative Blocks 3, Wasteland DLC, and Frostbite. So, what are you getting with this ship? Well, you're getting this monster. And like I said, this is probably, I would guess, a 1/4 scale of what the actual Tripathia class is like. This in SE is a fairly good sized ship. This is hitting an SE probably around battleship class or heavy cruiser is what you're looking at right now. You're looking at a heavy cruiser slash pushing into the battleship realm of ships. Mind you, here we have these railguns, 2 twin railguns. I have done a battleship with twin railguns on it before, and the battleship was nowhere near. It only had 4 main battleship turrets. This has, well, actually, yeah, it's got 12. That one only had 4. So you can see the size difference. This is way bigger than the blue team battleship that I did a while back. I'll try to put a a card linked up there, as you guys can go take a look at that bad boy later. But other than the design of the ship, it is highly detailed, and the angles are correct. Now, you can achieve these angles in Space Engineers, but somewhere here, there is a hinge. I'm telling you, there is a hinge here somewhere. Let me look here. There's a hinge either here or somewhere else. And I believe these are small ship blocks that have been placed onto a large ship frame, which give it a nice smaller end. That may be what those are. That may be why they're not that big. Yeah, those are small ship railguns. My bad. So this is probably about the same size as Blue Team. Let's just take a look at that for a minute. I have unlimited PCU at the moment. Let's see, where is she? Yeah, Blue Team Augner class. Let's see what we get here. It's not coming in. Do I have PCU limit active on here? Oh no, there it is. Aha. So it's probably about the size of the Augner, I would say. A little bit smaller. I got messed up on my checking it because of the railgun turrets front and back of the Augner are full-size rails. So this is about the size of a baseline battleship. So I mean, you're looking at it's about cruiser or battleship size. The thing that threw me off was these were supposed to be the Broadkin lock guns. These here, you're seeing I'm having performances. I'm going to get the Augner out of here. But their turrets were much smaller, and that's what threw me off, was they were using the small ship railguns. Let's get rid of the Augner here. There we go. But if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to see the Augner, I've already done a review in the Augner class. It's actually quite an amazing ship. But you can see here we've got two twin hydrogen engines in the front. A nice little deck right here for a side through hangar, which can put at least 2 ships into. Several side thrusters. The thing that makes Sojourn ships awesome is the team that is doing the Sojourn also does Space Dock. And what they do is they try to create ships in the lore that are as hard science as they possibly can. So when you have a ship like this, it is a very hard science ship, and I've often stated the design of the Sojourn ships probably would work really well in SC. Maybe the Huntress would also work really well, because all you need to do is figure out how to do the vector thrusting nozzles on it to make her work. But in the back here we have 3 main thrusters. We've got back cannons for engaging anything in the rear. We also have these chase guns here, which is regular cannons that are mounted to a system that can turn and attack whatever that you need to attack. You have one in front, one in back. You also have pretty much the same thing on the bottom. This is not a ship that goes into atmosphere. It basically stays up in the atmosphere, or it stays out of Atmo, and it basically just does its job in space. It's a space combat vessel, pretty much, and does its job very well, I will say. You can see the ion thrusters firing off every so often. That's because we are dealing with a clang or two here. It's not enough to really throw the ship off, but it is working. This is what happens when you put a lot of subgrids, especially such big subgrids on a ship like this. But it is a very stable build for all the subgrids that are on it. But you can see we've got lots of nice detail, antenna work in the front, and all this. It makes the ship just look really cool. And we're going to check out this hangar here in a minute, but first off we're going to go over here, because what I was saying before about this ship not being completely accurate. So about the Sojourn ships, which I've heard limited amounts of the audio drama that has been free, and when it's been free I haven't been able to I don't have the accounts and stuff set up because I'm lazy. That's my fault. It has nothing to do with the team. They're making great audiobooks from what I hear, and they're getting awards for it, which is awesome. So the middle of this, I do know the Tripathia class has a drum. And what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to lift up on one side, and it runs on a track, and as it gets going forward, it then tilts that up to where it's sitting straight up until this big pod here with the blue stripes are standing almost totally vertical in a cross-like formation. And it's at that point this central area here begins to spin like a drum to provide the ship crew natural gravity, because there is no artificial gravity except with drift, unless you use a lot of drift, which is a material that's used. It's used in the Huntress. As soon as I find a Huntress that is vanilla, I will be putting it up here. So if you guys know where the Huntress vanilla class, a vanilla version of the Huntress is, let me know, because I want to review that ship for you guys. But that is the cool thing about the Sojourn ships, and I've stated this before. Even the what is the name of it? The Star Dancer. I have been waiting for someone to build a Star Dancer. If y'all don't build it, I'm going to build it. But the Star Dancer looks like something it would just work very well in Space Engineers as well. This is also one of the things. But because I said the size of this thing is about 1/4 the size of what the actual Tripathia is, so just imagine this thing being, just imagine 4 more of these, imagine this being twice as wide and twice as long, basically. And you would have about the rough size of how big this ship could be. So, like I said, it is much smaller than the actual Tripathia, but for Space Engineers, this is battleship class. So you're not losing anything with this, and you got a monster here in terms of all the guns that are in this thing. You've got more chase cannons here, broadside chase cannons, which will shoot, and then you have these main guns here. I think this thing also has missiles, or it's supposed to. You also have these massive radiators, and I'm thinking that's what these are. That's why they glow red in the way they do. But again, inside the ship, you go in right here. And we'll start to the back and work our way to the front. I just depressurized the entire ship. Everyone is dead. That's wrong. I shouldn't have done that. So anyway, we have our first opening that you come in here. You've got crew suits and everything else, equipment, all that you can grab. Always love these storage lockers and stuff. The more of these you can put on the ship, the happier I am. So we have this door locked down. We have this pressurized. We can go in here, and I think I'm going to shut this just because. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out medical. And like I said, this entire section here would either be a drum, and then it would have sections going up. But because of size constraints, SE and PCU limits, for those of you that are on console, you know what I'm talking about. PCU limits begin to drastically limit what you can build in Space Engineers, and so there's a limit to how big a ship you can make. But going into here, we see the medical bay. We've got a full medical bay. You can just pop right in here. And the proximity of this medical bay to what we're going to be going and checking out next, which should be the bridge, is strategic, for those that are wondering. If you're new to Space Engineers, there's one rule that you know. You keep your medical bay, your respawn. This is where you respawn at, in your medical bay. And this here, you need to have it as close to your main bridge or main CIC as you can, so that if you happen to be killed for some reason, if somebody infiltrates the ship and takes you out at the helm, you can pop right back in here, run right in there, and just take them out. So wonderful. We've got seating. We've got lockers in here for storing weapons and stuff. A couple of beds, so people can just, if they're jumping in, it's like you respawn in, someone says we're jumping out of here, you can jump right on the bed and not get left behind. Continuing on, let's shut that door. No auto doors on this build, by the way. We'll go, we'll check the CIC out later. Let's go down here and we'll go straight to engineering. As you can see here, we've got drop down points to where you can drop in. This is for all of probably the Broadkin guns, most of the turreted guns that are built on the ship. You need all these turret controllers to make those work, so that's probably where that goes. We're going to have to jump out of here. But then we've also got these storage lockers here, which are great. They're built into the wall. It's nice to have those. I'm going to open this up and go right into the main engineering. Now, this is an interesting engineering. It has multiple fail-safes. We have batteries. We have a nuclear reactor. And we have a storage container here in the back. But another thing we have is right here. You'll notice this. This is a hydrogen generator, for those of you that don't recognize it, or those of you that are new to SE and don't notice it, don't know what I'm talking about. This is used to back up your energy by running it on hydrogen. Yes, there's gas power here, but it's run on hydrogen that's built from by separating oxygen and hydrogen atoms from ice. So we're separating H2O. Like I said, we have the big nuclear reactor. We've got all the struts and structural integrity stuff here. Lots of detail, using the right texture blocks to just give this thing a detailed look that is just amazing. Great use of the new console blocks you have sitting in here, and you've got lots of things that happen when you push these buttons and these angular screens. We also have this here. What's that? That's the button we're not supposed to push, I bet. We're going to leave that alone. But leaving this area, we're going to head on back as soon as I shut this door. And we're going to head back over here. And, well, we're going to go straight across here. We have what I'm guessing is a... Probably, let me think here about it. Having probably more of a recreational area of the ship. We've got the fish tank over here. We all love the fish tank. We like our little clownfish and the little Dories and Nemos and all that. We've also got a couple entertainment centers here. 2 of them actually, and then we got well, I don't understand. I think that is space hops. I think we're about to brew some space beer here in this ship, but let's keep going. Just a nice little recreational area. We'll leave that door open because I'm coming right back. Now over here we have this. This just tells you exactly where you're at. Forward is the mess facilities. You've got the hangar. You've got the workshop, quarterdeck, medical, berthing, and engineering. Which most of that we've already seen, except for the quarterdeck, I believe. I think that's what we haven't seen yet. But going over here, we can run into this room here. This is the hangar. We're going to check this out in just a minute because I don't know why the door is open. It just opens on its own for some reason. I'm not sure why. By the way, we have cycle hangar open, cycle hangar closed, hangar gate. That'd be 1, 2, and 3 right here. It looks like we're building some type of torpedo or missile or engine or something like that. Maybe for a Star Dancer. We don't know. We don't know. But we'll come right back to this hangar here in a minute because I don't want to depressurize the entire ship, and I want to see the other stuff first. So heading down here, you can see we've got this nice little long hallway. Open this door, and we have what I think is the mess area, probably. No, this is like a gangway area. Going up to it, this is probably to get into the main hangar area. And I believe over here, yeah, this is the mess overlook. So you can see stuff coming in and out, operate. Just very nice. Lots of cool detail stuff that goes in. And most of this is really lore accurate. The Tripathia is not a very Spartan ship. It is a military ship of an industrial and economic powerhouse. So the ship looks amazing. Think the Monitor in the Civil War, where the Virginia class was, Ironside was actually a very, very Spartan ship. The Monitor actually had velvet seats and very good wood. There was a lot of money put into the Monitor to make it look amazing. You can see here we've got a nice full-size kitchenette with coffee, kitchen, sink and stuff. We also have access to our jump drive right here. And we've got more space hops and space pine trees. I'm not sure what we're using that for. Then we've got another entertainment center here with some video game console parts. But, you know, got to play Space Engineers in Space Engineers. Let's keep going forward, and we're going to open up this and go into the main hangar. Now, this is cool, because the main hangar has this entire air cycling system that works. It's just amazing, but we're going to have to close this door, or else stupid things will happen. And it is just big enough that I can fit, if those of y'all have been following the, what is the series I'm doing now? The Crashed Red Ship series. You can actually fit the A-Wing that I built in here very comfortably and still be able to move it around. You can fit 2 of them in this entire hangar bay, which I may be building a carrier similar to this at some point in time. But we go over here and we got this nice little cycle system. We can cycle this open, and all the air will be sucked out of the room. Once it is sucked out, the system will then begin lowering the main hangar bay, and this will allow ships to come in. We can fly on out here. You can see what we're looking at. We're checking out the whole through deck. You can fly clean through this if you want, but you can put maybe a Star Dancer here if anyone ever builds one. I may build one before this is over with, just to put it inside here. But then the next part, well, also, this is really cool. Use of the light panels and the panel blocks. Awesome, as well as all this greebling is just amazing. It gives it a nice open feel to a rather normally very And that's the thing about these outset walls. With the walls pulling away from you, it makes the whole room feel bigger. It's just a psychological thing you do. And so we go over here, we can turn this on. And what will happen is, I believe that door will shut. The air will be re-stabilized. And then that door will open. I believe. Yes. So that door opens up. Air is pumped back into the room. And you are able to walk in here and run around. Now onto the coup de grace of the ship. Let's go over here and run really fast down here to the CIC. And this is just an awesome CIC. Just be prepared when you walk in. But this is a CIC right here. This is amazing. I love the details, the blocks, the use of the center pillar. Everything's pushed away, but you're up here, you have a commanding presence. You can see everyone practically inside the ship from one angle or two. And we have all kinds of consoles here to run different things. We've got consoles for guns, I guarantee it. Gunner systems, they're probably ability to shoot things. We have a remote control block right here, so you can remote control the ship if you want to. We have lots of things here. We can seal all the bulkheads. We can release the emergency clamps, command a door lock, and also activate and turn off the gravity. So very cool. We're going to hop in this here, though, and we're going to see how this baby flies. Now, this is the ship from the outside. As you can tell, this thing just looks amazing out in space. It'd be crazy, but it's, I would be scared to bring this out here because of all the repair work would be a nightmare. Anyway, let's see how this baby flies. Here we're going to 3, 2, 1, and forward. And we're not too slow, but we are not the fastest thing in the universe. Let's be frank. Okay, we are not the fastest thing out there. Now, as the ship builds up speed, we can see how fast it's going. It is 0 to 60 in about 10 minutes. I mean, just... Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a little under like 2 or 3 minutes is what it's going to take to get it up to full speed. Looking down here, the system is not activating. We are going to make a jump with this thing, so I want to see what happens when we tax the power on it. Blind jump. Here we go. Let's just do a nice blind jump. I want to see what happens when we do a jump and really pull power from the system. Oh, nice. Look at that. All those systems heat up. I was thinking those were radiators, and they are. But that's what's happening. This thing has just hit the radiators, have powered up now, and it's just pulling energy. So that's a really nice touch. I was hoping something like that would happen. As you see, we are still slowing down. We've got 2 thrusters in the front of this thing and 3 in the back. And like they said, it is very, very heavy. It feels heavy when you're wielding this thing. It is not a naturally fast ship. Let's see what the roll is on it. Narrow as it is, it should... Yeah, it rolls good. That's one thing that's going for it. Usually when you build a ship that's very narrow and long, its rolls very good, and its pitch just sucks to no end. Its pitch and turn rate just sucks as all get out. But the roll's amazing on this thing. You can turn it if you can just get the pitch to work properly. And let's see what the other thrusters are. A little good for more than maneuvering it around. So yeah, this is the Tripathia. It's awesome as a ship. I will say this right now. It's not the type of ship I would personally build because all of the systems involved are what will be a nightmare to build in survival, I'm telling you. But if you want to take the plunge, for me it's a problem to build. But if you want to build something like this in SE, you can. You can build this 120 PCU. I'm pretty sure that's just gonna eat you out of PCU. Your limit's gonna be up with this if you build it. And I don't know. It may be more than what's on console. I want to say the PCU limit might be like 10 million. I could be wrong. It could be 10,000. Or 110,000. I don't know. But like I said, it is a ship you can probably build in most of your SE. I don't know if it will work in console or not because of the high PCU limit. But like I said, this is more of a it's a ship that can probably perform very adequately in combat. It's just economically the repairing of this thing is going to be a nightmare. And that's one of the things I do with some of my ships. I figure out whether or not I'm going to have to do a whole lot of repairs, and repair work sucks in SC. Let me just tell you. But some of y'all may not mind that. Some of y'all might enjoy pulling off that panel and reworking it and using the Tripathia as your own personal flagship. If you can build it in console, PC we could definitely build this thing, but console I'm a little worried it may be a little too big. But she looks amazing, and the shape of this thing is just beautiful. I mean, there's not an angle that you don't look at this ship and it doesn't catch your eye, floating down through space. I mean, it's just a nice looking ship, and the heat radiators right now just lit up. That's just amazing. I love it. But anyway, folks, that is the Tripathia class, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, if you've made it this far into the video, remember the ship is in the description. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead and check the description and click on that. We'll take you right to the Tripathia class. You guys can copy it and start using it in SC. It'll put it to the Steam page, I believe, is where I got this off of, so you guys will be able to get it and have a lot of fun. And as usual, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy the Tripathia class, and I will see you guys next time.